When I came to Broward County, I loved working for the community. I loved the opportunity and the idea that I got to work and serve the community that I grew up in at the same time. I was very happy to have a career that was in public service. I had started it in the city of Fort Lauderdale, and I loved what I did. And I honestly came on board with these just puppy dog eyes and just this wonderful idea of what we were going to be able to do in the community with the Broward Municipal Services District, the unincorporated areas. I was privileged to have the opportunity to be the community liaison. When I first started noticing, and it was apparent that there were issues with how I was even hired, that the hiring processes that were extended to me through she left. She actually recruited me, and as soon as I came on board, immediately began to be hostile and made my work life miserable. I was confused, dumbfounded, had no idea what was going on. I had just worked with this woman as my supervisor for about 2 years before I left briefly to accept a promotion with another city, and she literally recruited me to come back. I got back, and all of a sudden, nobody would give me the training I needed to do my job. I was asked to do sexual favors. I didn't know how in the world to adjust or what I should do next because I did not want to be in that position. I was no longer 20 or 30 years old where I could just switch in between careers and move forward and move back and forth anymore. I wanted to retire from Broward County. In 2017, a year after I accepted that position, I submitted a complaint to the Office of Professional Standards. They did nothing. I pleaded with them, email after email, phone call after phone call, and in the meantime, I put up with what I thought I had to. I consented to behavior that was demeaning to anyone, not just a woman. And because I'm a black woman, I'm not a member of a sorority, I don't matter. I'm not personally related to anybody of power or influence, so I don't matter. And even though they pushed me out of my position, I had to resign for my mental health. Once I sat on the parking garage for 3 hours, contemplating whether or not I should just jump off the roof. And I got medical professional help, and you know what my supervisors still did because they were so disgraced. Yes, you too, Monica. You know what they still did? Said, no, you come to work or you can resign. We don't care. And it's all documented. And even today, you know what they do because I filed that complaint? Every job opportunity that I get, once somebody at Broward County has to verify my employment history, they make sure to sabotage it. They make sure to scandalize my professional career. They don't make it official, but they make sure.
Okay.
Most recently, I was offered a job by CareerSource Broward, whose job is to help people find work. Once Broward County found out I was offered the job, they sabotaged it. So I would very much like to follow this item, and I want you to know that those numbers that are in those reports, we are people. And I would be very interested to see if you have actually taken stock of the hurt and harm you have done to people, not numbers. And it does not matter at which point I said no, I said no.
Ma'am,
right up this hall, I was sexually assaulted, and they're still making sure he's covered. They're still making sure to make up excuses for his behavior. He is now an assistant county administrator and on the board of a Boys and Girls Club. What is he possibly telling young women? If your supervisor asks you for oral sex, give it to him. If he invites you to his office and locks the door behind you without your permission, just accept it. And everybody here is okay with that. That is what you are doing when you turn a blind eye to these types of complaints. It's not just about staff inefficiency. You're hurting people.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'll ask a question to let her continue.
Commissioner Bogue.
I'm a real person, and all those numbers are real people.
Ask to let her finish.
Well, that's it. I mean, because it's you're saying you want to do staff. The person who did this to me, he's a member of SHRM. He knows every human resource policy there is. He has been in government for decades. He knows what he did and how he did it. He knows how he coerced other managers and people in his Greek family to cover for him. He knows how he did it. And he knows at the point I said no. He knows when I said I no longer want to participate and this is not what I want to do. He knew that by withdrawing his support, I would become ineffective at my job. I could no longer do my job. And even after I resigned, I gave them what they wanted and I left. They continued to harass and retaliate and deny me the opportunity to be self-sufficient. Up until 2 weeks ago, I was literally homeless because I'm underemployed. Since I left here, they have done everything they could to send out the signal.
Ma'am, can I ask you?
Don't challenge them in this way.
Ma'am, can I ask
and
you?
I will do it again.
When you say they, who's they?
You want names? Maribel Feliciano, Josie Sassodio, Darby Del Sal, Alfonso Jefferson Jr.
Ma'am,
Do I need to get more? Bertha Henry.
Are you talking about county people? Is that what you're talking about?
Did you recognize any of the names? They're all county people.
Thank you.
So at the advice of the county attorney, I'm going to direct you to meet with the county attorney's office or the county's auditor and present your facts to the county attorney.
Again, I'd be more than happy to. Please.
Thank you.
What do I give you my information?
Okay.
And I'm sure you know my name.
Okay.
I'm sure you do.
So you'll be, they're going to get your information so that they can open a professional investigations case and go from there. This is not the appropriate forum to do this.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.